Welcome to the Aquaflow Crypto Lab. Last week, I said that Bitcoin had to make a choice this week because there was no more room for consolidation and sideways movements. I said it again and again in my Bitcoin videos and in my XRP videos. And whether we like it or not, we know that the whole crypto market depends on Bitcoin's health. It's not pleasant to hear, but it's the truth. And the sooner you accept it, the closer you'll get to understanding this market. My name is Aquaflow, and here we try to be prepared for the most probable scenarios. And I think that we've been doing a pretty good job so far, so thanks for supporting this channel. I'm thinking about creating online classes for you guys, so if you are interested, please let me know in the comments. That's all for the introduction. It's time, let's begin. For multiple weeks, I've been saying that this line is very important for Bitcoin. It is the bottom to COVID bottom line, and we know for a fact that this line is crucial. You can draw this line at home. It's very simple. You just have to link this bottom to the COVID bottom and you get this line, right? If you've been following this channel, you were there when we touched this line for the very first time, when we were just right here. It was a perfect touch, as you can see, and weeks after weeks, Bitcoin kept on using this line as a support. This is beautiful. And I always said that if we cross this line, I would start worrying. Fortunately, as you can see, we pierced the line multiple times with this candle and this candle, but we never closed below the line. This is very important, guys. Last week, I said that Bitcoin was stuck in this area between the bottom to COVID bottom line and this line, which is a strong resistance, right? I also said that this week, Bitcoin had no choice but to have a breakout. Why? Because we had no room in this area. So Bitcoin had to make a choice. And I'm very, very glad to see that Bitcoin chose the upside. Now I want you to listen. This is good news to see Bitcoin going up, of course. But it's early, it's too early to get excited. There is still a long way to go before dreaming about higher prices and the end of the bear market. I just want to show you something. Let's display the big picture chart and the 20 weeks moving average. So you remember about the big picture chart, and you were probably there when we touched this point and we said that this was a very good candidate to be our bottom. When we touched perfectly the bottom regression line, which is just right here. And currently, you can see that Bitcoin is facing the 20 weeks moving average in green. And if you've been in crypto for a while, you know how important this line is for Bitcoin. When we trend above this moving average, we are usually in a bull market. For example, it was the case just right here. Look, we stayed above the line for a long time and we were in a bull market. Then here, during all this phase, we were below the line, and that's why we were in a bear market. Of course, here we tried to go above it, we pierced it, had a closing price above it. It was very, very good, but at the retest, we failed and we crossed below it. So, of course, this line is not perfect, but it gives us a rough idea about whether we are bullish or bearish. So, as long as we stay below the line, we can consider the market to be bearish, and we can expect this line to be a resistance. I repeat again, this is very important, guys. We can expect this line to be a resistance. And this is exactly why you are starting seeing a small rejection from the line. It's normal. It's a resistance, guys. So this is the reason why this is our very first test. Our first battle that we have to win to get a little closer to a bull market. So do not underestimate this line. This is the most important step leading to any bull market. Bitcoin has to go above the moving average and to use it as a support before going up. It's a rule that is very famous, that everybody knows, but that doesn't make it less true. Let's take a quick look at the past. You will understand what I'm saying. We know that in the past, you see the green line just right here, and before any bull run, we always have to retest the green line. For example, you see here, we made a new high, we came back to retest the 20 weeks moving average. Here, it was the same thing. Before going into this bull run, what did we do? We went above it and we retested it, right? Then we went into our bull run. Again, just right here, you can see that it was the same thing. What did we do? We were below it, we crossed it, we came back down before making a new all-time high. Then what happened when we were there? It was exactly the same thing, guys. Here, we were below it, we went up, and we used it as a very strong support before going up. Here again, strong support before going up and before going into our legendary bull run. And even after the COVID crisis, when we were just right here, let me remove this drawing. As you can see, when we were there, we were below it. We have a sell-off, we came back up, and what did we do? We came back down to retest the 20 weeks moving average. So this is very important right now. If we want to go up, we have to go above the line and to use it as a support. In addition, I don't know if you saw it, but we had a beautiful confluence point between what? Between the bottom regression line with the red dots and the 20 weeks moving average that was going down just right here. So we have the beautiful confluence point here. I should have seen it way before it happens. I spent too much time on XRP. I have to stop. I have to be more reasonable. So this confluence point was letting us know that the price may go up. However, we are still in bearish territories, so we need to be very careful. As I said, we are below the 20 weeks moving average, but we are also below this bottom regression line. So we absolutely need to go back above those lines to gain some bullish momentum. One last thing we cannot forget is to talk about the 200 weeks moving average in red. As you can see, the line is currently around $24,000 and we are still below it. This is crucial to understand because we know that in the past, Bitcoin has never spent so much time below this line, okay? So far, it was catching all our bottoms here, but right now we are still below the line. Also, if we only keep the moving average, you can see that we had the 20 weeks moving average going down and we avoided the cross with the 200 weeks moving average, right? The moving average was going down, but we avoided the cross. Then here it was the same thing. The line was going down, then we got back up and we avoided the cross. But right now, for the very first time in the whole Bitcoin history, we had a cross. So we cannot ignore this new piece of information. So now we need to wait to see if this cross will have any impact on the future. As a conclusion, if you need to remember one thing from this video, we bounced up after multiple tests of the bottom to COVID bottom line. This is clearly good news, yet stay level-headed. We still have plenty of resistances above us, so we cannot ignore them. So let's wait patiently to see if Bitcoin is able to go above those lines. And the 20 weeks moving average is the first step. If you want to track what will happen with us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you like the content, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you want some online classes. This is very important, so please help me out. That's all for today's video, and as always, time will tell.